Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Vanessa Veronica. Thank you for stopping by. Returners, thanks for being here. Newbies, feel free to subscribe. Enjoy the V team. Well, that didn't go as planned. Anyways, today's look is kind of just doing this makeup look that I did for a headshot. And so I am helping out my friend because she wants me to take some pictures for her, and I said sure, let's make an event, and she's willing to take mine as well. We'll see how those come out. She's not really much of a photographer, but you know, I'll give her the camera and let her take the reins. So if you're curious to see how I got this look, then stay along. If you too are getting your headshot done for whatever reason, primarily like professional headshots, I do want to give you 3 tips. And so that is 1, make sure you keep your makeup so that it looks like you and nothing too over the top is my kind of go-to. So I did like a kind of natural, kind of smooth, glowy look as opposed to kind of lots of highlighter, lots of glitter, so staying away from those things and like more neutral tone colors. My lip I think is a little bit too pink. I might have to mute it down, but we'll see how it goes. Again, the camera tends to, you know, emphasize the truth, and so if you have like a bright red lip, for example, it's gonna look really bright. If you have really like pale lips, it's gonna look really pale and dull. So you want something right in the middle. My second tip is to make sure you wear solid colors, so no stripes, no polka dots. Again, try to go something that's more neutral, whites, blacks, tans. Try to find colors that complement your skin tone is also helpful and kind of just like elevates and kind of brings you to life. And my third tip is just to have fun and enjoy the process. Look at the pictures, make sure that like if you're working with a photographer that you can say, hey, how are my pictures coming out? Ask if you can see them, because it does help you kind of self-adjust if you don't like something. And as always, have fun with it. Like the camera really does pick up on awkwardness, and so trying to kind of just like relax and have a good time is always a good rule of thumb. So without further ado, let's just get started. And if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to join my channel, click the subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section below and I'll get to you there. Let's go. Now, it has been cold, and with the cold I struggle with a lot of dryness. Like my skin is drier than the Sahara Desert. And so I like prepped my skin really well. I washed it, I moisturized, and I put a little bit of primer, and I just kind of did that in advance just so that it's not too long of a video. And what else did I do? I also did my eyebrows. So with my eyebrows, I went in with the ColourPop, and this is the color Brunette, and then I kind of just like laid them flat with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Styling Wax. Yeah, and this is from ColourPop. This is a really nice little spoolie with an angle. Love it. I want to start off with the face just because I want to give it time to kind of let the product soak. I will be layering a few things, again, just to kind of get that natural kind of moisturized glow. So starting off, I will go in with the Hollywood Flawless filter. I have 2 of them. Usually, like I like to mix them just so that just so that I have a full year worth of color ranges. For me, it works that way. I'm gonna go in with this is the color 4.5 medium, and this is 5.5 deep. So I'm neither one or the other. Definitely will be needing to mix it. So you can see, like it looks like it would be my color, but I think it's a little too light, to be honest with you. And I'm just gonna grab again my clean finger and start to mix some of that. All right, so that's what it looks like now. You can see I mixed it, and I'm just gonna start to dab that on the face. Now, with this product, I've seen so many people use it so many different ways, right? Like some people just put it on the high points of the face, other people put it everywhere, kind of like what I'm gonna be doing. And some folks use it on top of foundation to kind of add a little highlight. I'm just going back in and adding a little more. And for me, like I do just want to add like an underneath glow. I think that the camera will hopefully pick up. All right, so I just dabbed that on my face. You can kind of see I have like glowing spots here and there, and I'm taking the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and I'm just going to blend that into the skin. So just for reference, I guess, One of the things that I really enjoy as a hobby is photography. I think that's kind of how I got into, let me try videography. Like I love making videos and just for fun. And that's kind of what led me to buy my camera. And so I've just been using it, and like I'm a very amateur photographer, but nonetheless my friends have on multiple occasions just asked me to take pictures for them, whether it's for events. So this one friend asked me to do a headshot for her business card that I think it's going to be for her business card. Because she just got her real estate license. And so, yeah. So then I said, yeah, sure, I'll take your headshot. And then she's like, I can take some of you if you want. I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's make it a thing and make it fun. So that's the game plan. I'm gonna go in with the Saie concealer. This is the color, if I can read it, it's the Hydra Beam HB2. All right, we're gonna go underneath the eye, and I'm gonna also put it like an angle to try to help create a snatched little look. Grabbing a wet sponge, I'm just gonna go in and dab that. In my last video, I used this for the first time, and I have to say that it wore pretty nicely and throughout the day. I'm gonna go in with the Bare Minerals Performance Long Liquid Wear Foundation. This gives me a good amount of coverage, so that's why I'm not color correcting. And then if anything, I can go in with my Kosas concealer and just kind of add some touches wherever I need a little extra help. I should have done the eyes first. And now it's a little late. Oh well. Yeah, oh well. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my fingers again, just tapping this. Again, grabbing the same expert face brush, we're just gonna go in and blend that. I do try to avoid directly under the eye and just kind of grab it wherever I stop that concealer. Grabbing the wet sponge, I just want to make sure everything is like nicely incorporated, so I'm just kind of sponging that. Is that even like a real term? Verb, sponging that. Like, I swear I create my own language and people just somehow, either you understand me or you don't. So before setting that, I know I work a little kind of out of the normal, but I'm grabbing a black liner and I'm just gonna do the waterline. Now if you want a more natural look, I would suggest you go with like a brown. I find that when I do black, for example, sometimes it makes my eyes, the brown in my eye, pop a little more. So because we're doing photos, we're gonna go with the black. Sometimes it is a little harsh, I will admit. And we'll finish, you know, nitpicking the eye as we work through it. Grabbing a fluffy brush, I'm gonna go in today, I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Retrograde. That's not a word. Gosh, I swear I had my coffee today. This is the Mercury in Retrograde palette, or Mercury Retrograde palette by Huda Beauty. And I'm gonna go in with the color Momentum on the lid and just wash it. And that'll create a base. I like going in with a little bit of a light color to kind of just wash everything. It does just make your eye look a little bit more awake and give you a youthful look, I find, at least for me. I think I'm gonna go in with, I kind of want to do like a pinky color. I don't really know what I'm gonna wear yet, but this seems to be a little neutral, between Karma and Off Balance. I'm gonna go in with Off Balance. It is like this pinky purplish color, and I'm just gonna bring that on the crease. Ooh, that was a lot. Yeah, that was a lot. Whoops. More than I had anticipated. All right, grabbing that same black liner. Again, if you went with brown, grab the brown one. I'm just gonna now do the waterline on the top. And I'm also going to grab an angled brush and smudge that out. I'm actually going to tap into the color Crash right here. and grab a little bit of that and kind of combine that. So I'm going to go in with a bronzer. This is the Elaluz bronzing stick in the color Super Yummy Natural. And let's see, let's just go ahead straight directly. Just going to add a little bit of shape and definition, even though we're in the dead set of winter and nobody's gotten any sun. I don't put too much bronzer on, or like, really you should be contouring. If you have a contour palette, do that. I'm trying to keep it a little simple. And again, grabbing this brush, we're just gonna blend that out. I don't contour too much, going back to what I was saying before, because I think the shape of my face is just a little more like skeletal than normal, and maybe it's like my own self criticism. I don't know. For blush, I'm going to go in with this Milk Makeup, and I'm going to use two actually. Just kind of like angle that blush. Buff it in. I do bring it up towards the temples just to give you like a more lifted look. We're going to set it with the Nestin BITCH Face Pretty Vulgar palette. I'm going to use the color Husha Blush right here. It's matte. It's primarily professional headshots. Like, you don't want to be distracted by the makeup. So that's just like my tip number one if you're getting business headshots done or something, even for like, I would say like modeling or acting or, you know, website stuff. Like, it just takes away from, like, unless your work is related in the makeup field, I think keeping it more like clean, neutral, less glitter is better. Obviously, like if you have an event and all that stuff, that's different, right? Like those are occasion, but we're doing just kind of the bare minimum to kind of elevate that look, and it just looks a little bit more elegant. Going back to the setting powder, just gonna pick some up and kind of set this part of the face, the forehead, the nose. I'm just grabbing a curling lash and we're curling it. And I've been dying to try the Essence Lash Princess, so that I went out to Ulta and I bought it. This is the False Lash Effect Mascara in the color black. I didn't get the waterproof one because I don't like waterproof, like eye makeup. It makes it so much harder to take off at the end of the day. I don't like the little clumps that happen, so I go in and try to eliminate them by just gently taking it, my finger, and just like trying to take them off. And the mascara actually lengthens your lashes. Like, it did a pretty good job. Last but not least, second favorite part, if not the first, like between blush and lips. I'm always torn up about like those products. I'm gonna go in with the Essence 8-Hour Lip Liner. This says it's waterproof. This is in the color, I think, Casanova? Casanova. I've used this before. It's one of my go-to colors. And I might mix it with some other stuff. This is also Essence 8-Hour Lip Liner in the color Frankfurt. What? No, these are not the colors. This is not Casanova. Where the heck is the name of the colors? This is Keep Receipts, and this is because duh. But why don't they have it on the pen itself? I don't know. I just went ahead and kind of smudged those colors together, and I'm gonna go in with the Marc Jacobs. This is in, I don't know if they still sell this. This is 114 Understudy. It is a very pretty color. It's one of my favorite lipsticks. It looks like this color. It looks a little more pink than it does on the lips, I think. If you want to do like a brown nude lip, that's another good call. Sometimes I feel brown lips kind of mute me out a little bit. And so we're just gonna use this color. To set the face, I'm gonna use the Maven Beauty Rosewater Setting Spray. That's kind of what the mist looks like. I have to like remind myself, or then you're like in shock. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try not to squint. That was a lot more than average, but again, I want this makeup to stay put. And I'm just taking a wet sponge and we're just dabbing again. It smells really good. It smells like rose water. I'm also breaking out in a couple hives, so hopefully those go away before picture time. That kind of is the face. Now I have to go do my hair and make this look a little presentable. And yeah. Okay, so that pretty much concludes this video. I hope that you guys like this look and just kind of the overall process of what I think about when I think about getting headshots. If you have any questions regarding that primary process, I don't do videos on like photography and like the science that goes behind of it, even though like I am pretty like medium equipped with it. I have taken photography classes back when I was like in high school, and it's just, again, like I mentioned, a hobby of mine. I appreciate it, I enjoy it, I do it for fun. I don't really monetize off of it or anything, but I figured I'd just share it with you since I'm here, and it'd be a great time to kind of also just share you makeup tips. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao.